In the last video, I ranked all of the Sifu bosses from easiest to hardest, and in today's video, I'm going to be ranking them from worst to best. So, spoiler warning for the entire game, and let's begin. In the fifth spot, I have Jim Feng, the CEO, and most of you probably would have her higher, but I just don't like zoning enemies. The ones that just keep distance, and the moment you get up close, they're the easiest enemy to kill. But it just annoys me having to reach the boss. The boss is like, chew, 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 and you're like, damn, can I just hit you? And the moment you get up close, it's usually the boss runs away after a few hits, or you just destroy him. In the fourth spot, I have Sean the Fighter, and out of all these bosses, I don't know why I don't like him. Maybe the aesthetic, maybe the fact that you're fighting against a stick weapon, but I don't know. I think the boss fight doesn't have anything annoying about it, but to me it's just kind of bland. And you know, it's kind of fun dodging the stick attacks, like the spinning attack. It's fun, but other than that, it just is a alright fight, kind of bland, and compared to other bosses higher on the list, I just think it doesn't stand out too much. In the third spot, I have Kuroki the Artist, and her second phase is very fun, at least to me. You know, catching her weapons, if you have the ability, is really fun, and I think some of her timings are very fun to do, and I think the fight just flows very well. The problem is the first phase. I think that phase is the hardest phase in the game, and it's very confusing what to do. There's not many options how to combat it, but I think that's what's the problem in this fight and what drags it down in terms of fun, because it's just not having a lot of options and kind of being narrowed down to one playstyle, or just coming into a fight and not being able to figure out what to do really ruins the fight for me. So even though the second phase is very good, very fun, the first phase drags it down to the third spot. In the second spot, I have Fajar the Botanist, and you know, for some of you it's probably a surprise it's this high, the first fight, but I think for some reason this simplicity on the boss fight, being this straightforward, is very fun. At the same time, it's probably why I enjoy it so much, is because it's one of the only fights that doesn't kick my ass, and I can, you know, almost no damage it. And I think this fight is just fun. There's a lot of simple moves that you just learn, and then it's very satisfying to dodge them. And it's just, as I said, kind of charming to fight him, especially when you feel like you're the GOAT. That's all I have for this one.
In the end, you're still that same child I knew. Helpless. Like the night I killed your father. You're here, in front of me, only because of this pendant. But what if I take it from you? Will you fear death once again?
You sound like a frightened one to me.
And in the first spot, I have Yang the leader. Now, I think this fight is the peak of all Sifu, because I think this is my favorite part of the whole game, is fighting him, because at this point you have learned all the mechanics of the game, you have all the skills you want, and you just fight him. And the fact that he has no weapons, no bullshit, just his hand moveset, it's very good. And a lot of his movesets are multi-string combos, so if you actually dodge them or block them, it's very satisfying to do that. And the fight in itself is like very fluent, very cool, and for a game like Sifu, where it's mostly about simple, at least traditional fighting style based combat, it cannot go over the board like Dark Souls bosses or whatever. The bosses are very simple. They are difficult, but in terms of what they're showing, how they look like, they're very simple, you know, very human, very realistic, you could say. Apart from the fact that they put a domain expansion in their second phase, but I don't know why. And because of that, I think Yang does everything pushes everything to the limit of what a fight can do in this type of setting and game and how it feels. And for those reasons, I think Yang is the best boss fight in Sifu. So, in conclusion, I think most of the fights apart from the Jinfeng, the CEO, are fun, but I think Yang is the best. And next video I'm going to be reviewing Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Stop!